Hello, everyone. It is Andrea, your global voice, certified under the mentorship of Mr. Les Brown and your personal accountability coach. Today was an epic day, to say the least. I truly believe that the angels were in alignment with me today and were challenging me to see if I was awake and heighten my awareness and paying attention to all that was surrounding me. It started off while I was on the road. And while I was on the road, I decided that I was going to take it into account to be tapped into my awareness, heightened, making sure that I was present in the moment and that I would work on myself as far as the areas of improvement to make sure that anything that came my way, that I was listening, I was watching, and I was choosing my words wisely. Let me give you an example of what had happened today. So I was out and about, and during my social gathering, protected, I had engaged in conversation with someone and realized something had happened and stirred in me. And I looked up and I looked to my right, and I had noticed an elderly woman had fallen by the escalator. She was in company with her daughter and husband, which I learned thereafter. And it was so quick that I had to take action. And I just acted upon instinct and response, but in doing so, the people around us just kind of froze. It kind of was like somebody pressed the pause button, if you will, on the situation. So as I noticed, the gentleman was having difficulty lifting his wife, for he was elderly as well. So I had spoken with the daughter, and they had spoken a different language, but limited English, so I was able to communicate, and we were able to lift her up and get her secured to a safe place, sitting down until the necessary help was contacted. Come to find out that she was on her way to the doctor, which was only a couple of 100 feet from the escalator, for a checkup. Now, granted, the lines of communication were a little bit blurred because they spoke a different language than I did, but we were able to get the bare minimum of communication. And I stayed with her and her family as her daughter was able to retrieve a wheelchair for the safety of the woman. And I took it upon myself to ask the woman her name. And again, blurred communication, but I was able to learn that her name was Felicia. She was a young, beautiful woman, only to realize that she was 90 years young. And after speaking with her husband, he apologized for not being able to lift her. And both the husband and daughter were grateful for mine and another's assistant. And it was really amazing, but also concerning. When we see someone in need, do we freeze and just wait for someone to take action and respond? Or do we respond immediately? And I truly believe that this was one of the two situations that I was challenged. I felt like I was being asked, can you hear me now? And for those of you who can remember Ray Lewis's motivational speech about his situation and his story, that's what I felt. And I was able to stay with the woman until she was, able to get back on the wheelchair and tended to. And the family was grateful. And I just realized, does anybody, or are there more people out there ready to respond as opposed to react? Some people were on their phone. Other people were just kind of deer in headlights. But I know that this was one of my challenges today, to express a random act of kindness, to test the waters to see if I'm watching, observing, listening, and hearing what's going on around me and being present in the moment. The second example that was challenged with me today was upon picking up our son at school. Apparently, everybody was in the hustle and bustle trying to get their children home because of the frigid weather and weather conditions and just whatever the Monday hustle and bustle was. And one of the parents ended up going the wrong way, or I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt, wasn't paying attention to the route of how to pick up their children, and literally got boxed in from all sides due to traffic. They were the wrong way in the sequential parking lot pattern to pick up the students. And it was kind of, again, I responded. I didn't react. But there were parents in their vehicles, some just yelling with the windows closed, frustrated. Others were just baffled and just saying, move. And then others were just standing stoic, just watching. So I said, all right, I'm listening, I'm watching. I rolled my window down because I wasn't going to get out of the truck because I would have just been a mix in the chaos of the students getting out of school, and it just would have been a complete mess. Nor would they have seen me because of my petite stature, but that's a whole other segment. So I rolled down my window and I ended up directing each individual accordingly to their appropriate spot, kind of like the game Tetris. So this woman, first of all, wasn't attacked verbally and frustrated and horns blaring and students chaos in the parking lot, but able to redirect her and then have everybody follow suit. And again, after the knot was unraveled and everybody was able to get in uniform and unison again to the flow of the traffic, people passed by and said thank you. Some people rolled down their window and said, can you believe this? But I'm asking you, are you utilizing what the gifts we were given? 2 eyes to be aware and observant. 2 ears to listen, understand, and hear clearly. And then 1 mouth able to help, to guide, to provide assistance, sympathy, empathy, and response rather than reaction. In both situations of the incidents that had occurred today, we are finding ourselves either zombie-like behind our devices, not paying attention where we're going, not being in the moment, not being present, or we're just watching a slideshow in front of us as spectators and not being proactive, but being inactive. I want you to take this to heart, these 2 examples. And again, as a humble individual, I'm not saying it to gloat, to boast, or to brag, but I just want you to realize that when you take a few seconds, a breath to gather your surroundings, and a deep sigh so you can respond as opposed to react, someone's fear, insecurities, health and wellness and safety, if you will, in the first experience, the first story, that's when we help each other. When you are in a public setting or in a community, be mindful, be present, be alert, be aware, so then others can be safe and you can rise in unity, rather divide and conquer. I thank you for listening. I thank you for watching. My name is Andrea Mason. Remember, in this crazy game of life, to choose to press play, plan life according to you, and always to follow your heart and not the herd nor the hurt, for success and happiness will be on the other side. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, bringing you daily content every single day. I will see you in the next video. Be well.